Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Ted and I'm here to give you another fast fact. And for this fast fact, we're going to discuss the Exodusters. So, has the Redeemer Democrats gained complete control of the southeastern United States after the corrupt bargain of 1877, or the compromise of 1877, as some understand it, as some view it? African Americans, by the thousands, turned westward to escape the emerging Jim Crow racism. Many heading west to homestead, because homesteading in the West offered a much more pleasant existence than remaining as sharecroppers in the Jim Crow Southeast. Now, the Exodusters were, had they were called, they were led by many people, most notably Benjamin Pap Singleton, the who sort of took it upon himself to sort of spearhead this initiative and to sort of gather a large following of people to back him, to move with him and settle in the West, particularly in Kansas. Now, Singleton used religious revival to promote this new opportunity open to the freed persons. He painted this vision of the West as a place where freedmen could establish themselves and raise their families far and free from Redeemer violence and also the racism that was stifling them in the southeastern United States. Now, this first group of Redeemers that Singleton was able to influence it to move out, was a very impoverished group. They did not have the fares necessary to take them from St. Louis, where they were camping, upriver into the Kansas and Nebraska territories. Now, the migration, however, continued, and over the years, Pap Singleton was able to reach and convince over 40,000 African Americans to leave the deprivations of the Redeemer states and settle in Kansas alone. In the process, the Exodusters created new communities and new towns. Towns such as Bogue, Nicodemus, and of course Hill City. And the Kansas and Nebraska were not the only destinations that Pap Singleton was able to convince the Exodusters to migrate to. Over the course of this migration, over 130,000 African Americans made it to Oklahoma, swelling that state's population. And several of them moved into planned towns. These were towns that the African Americans, the Exodusters, had developed and had founded. And they included towns such as Boley, Lincoln City, and of course Langston City, Oklahoma. Unfortunately, the efforts by the Exodusters to build a new life in new communities were abutted by racial discrimination. In the late 19th and early 20th century, their efforts were defeated because the mill operations that all farmers in that area depended on racially discriminated against them. They also found that the rail conductors racially discriminated against them. That, coupled with droughts in the late and early 20th century, lowered the prices and really sort of brought an end to their dreams of an independent economic enterprise. So a kind of a heartbreaking story, but one that still underscores the dramatic resilience and the drive for a better life that was exhibited by members of this community. Hit like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you thought about this. It's always interesting to find out the opinions of other people. A lot of people are very ill-informed on African American history, even African American participation in U.S. history and settling the West. So it's always interesting to gain feedback from people, particularly regarding events such as this. As always, hit like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you thought about this event. I'm Ted, and I'll see you guys next time for another Fast Fact.